everyone, it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards. Welcome back to my channel and another video in my 2019 Christmas card series. Today I'm going to be using MayMay Made It set here, and it's so beautiful and graphic, and I pulled some pattern papers and I picked a card sketch, and well, we're just going to make some cards. I cut everything off screen, all of my pieces, so that they would resemble that card sketch that I showed. It's one large rectangle panel, a square that I will cut in half so that I can double the amount of cards I'm going to make. And that white panel was created based on measuring this stamp right here. It is just like a really artistically drawn Mary with baby Jesus. And I'm going to use the card sketch pretty loosely. I don't do all the pieces that are there. I mean, I could probably tell you that I used the sentiment like the one thing, and the sequins I'll end up using like another, but I just really use the card sketch as a place to start, and that usually spurs my creativity, and I use them a lot. So here what I did is lined everything up with my Misty, my mini Misty. I think this is the only Misty I got, so I call it my Misty. And then I used my Versamark ink to ink up my image and put down the impression. Now this embossing powder here is some special stuff. This is my Cooper's mix, and if you've watched my videos for a little while, you've seen how that was created when Cooper decided to dump all the embossing powders out, and we salvaged some, and that is mostly gold. I have a couple other ones. That one's called Mostly Gold. So here what I did is I stuck one set together, and then I just kind of used it as a template to create all the other panels with that little triangle on the back. I layered each of these dark green panels with some gold shiny cardstock from Michaels, and then I layered down these panels with their little pattern paper triangle on each one, and just recreated that 12 times because I did make 12 of these. I know we are doing the 12s lately. So then I took the leftover pieces of the green that I had, and I decided I was going to heat emboss this sentiment on there, and I knew that using my Misty wasn't going to work so well for this, but I did take the squishy pad out of it, and when I stamp with a black, I do like to have that extra squish. I feel like I get a much better impression, and that's what I did for all of these, and I just kind of twisted and turned my paper to fit as many on until I had 12. I knew that I didn't want to cut into another piece of cardstock for this. So, and I used that Cooper's mix, Mostly Gold, again on those. It is mostly gold, but it has flecks of like red, and it's really pretty, honestly. Somebody should bottle that up. And I feel like it grows every time I like dump it into my coffee filter. I'm always worried it's not going to fit back in the container. And then I just fussy cut each of these images, or not images, sentiments out. I left one here because it was fast. It's a really fast way to cut out a sentiment like that. And I was just playing around to see where I wanted them. And what's nice about the same layout is I could lay them next to each other and see where it looked best. And I liked it on the top of that piece of pattern paper. I just thought that it kind of pointed to the baby, who is the him in this sentiment. And then I brought out these gold confettis. They're like, well, first I tried that mix, and that wasn't it. And these gold confettis are like the same gold tone as the mirrored shiny foil cardstock stuff. You can see me in there. That is not cool. But I just did that on all of them, and as always, when I'm mass producing something, I count out to make sure I had enough. Usually I don't glue the first ones down. I knew I had enough of all the sizes in this mix, but I am starting to get to the end of that, so I should probably start checking first. But I just made sure that I had enough of the larger ones and the smaller ones to put them all in the same places on all the cards, and then put the rest away. And I just went through and systematically put them down on each of the cards. They probably aren't exactly the same, but they're the same enough that that they are good for sets. So what we did is just split them up, a couple of each of the patterns that we used when we made the sets of 6. So here are all 12 of the cards that I made with this set, and it's beautiful. There are many more images on that stamp set that I definitely will be using. Here you can get a better detail image, and here's a couple of the different cards here with the different patterns. You can just see how reflective they are and just beautiful and but simple. You can definitely mail these at no extra cost, and I think that they would be well received at Christmas time. I appreciate you stopping by for my Christmas series. There are many more videos. You can click the link for the playlist, and as always, give cards generously. Bye.